Good evening, everybody. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Basketball. Almost said baseball. Basketball talk for Wednesday, January 26th. This will be the waiver wire video for fantasy basketball. I've got 10 guys for you. I'm trying to get different names on here. It's kind of the general idea. I'm bringing attention to these players, get them over 50% ownership, which means that, next week, someone else is supposed to, drop below 50% ownership and get on this list. So far, that's not really happening. So there's a few repeats, a few players that just, it's mind-boggling that they're still this available because of the tremendous value and production that they're giving you. But I can just do my best to keep talking about them. I am beat this week. It's only been 2 days, 2 work days this week. I am exhausted. Yesterday, I was not feeling good. Yesterday, I was sick yesterday. I think I was dealing with like a 24-hour flu or something. I was not good. I probably shouldn't have gone to work yesterday, but I did. I toughed it out for almost the entire day. I did leave an hour early. Luckily, it was inventory day, which happens once a month. So we close the warehouse a little early, so I was able to leave early. Usually I stay. I can always find something to do to get my 8 hours. But yesterday I was like, nah, I'm not having this. I was ready to go home at like 7 a.m. before I even clocked on. I was ready to go home after working at UPS, and I was just, And today, I felt normal today. I'm just really tired. I'm gonna go to bed after I record this. And it's only like 7. It'll be 7:30 by the time I'm just waiting for my laundry to get washed and into the dryer. And I did not find a car this weekend. I had no success with that. It's a little bit more complicated than I thought. I thought I could just go to a car lot and get do some in-house financing, but apparently, unless you go to like one of those, like if you go to a high-end dealership, like I went to Subaru of Portland, for example, because there was a car that I was interested in, they wouldn't finance me because the car that I was looking at was older than a 2014. Okay. And then they ran my credit anyways, just for funsies, and there was a huge discrepancy on the credit that I saw, the credit that Credit Karma, which I log into regularly because that's where my money is. There's a huge discrepancy on what Credit Karma says my credit was, which is the same credit company, because there's like 3, right? There's Equifax, TransUnion, another one. I don't think it's Credit Karma. Credit Karma's not the other one. But there's 3 credit agencies. And Equifax is one of them that Credit Karma shows me. And it says one thing on there, but when they ran my credit at the dealership, it was much worse than what Credit Karma says it is. So I'm wondering what the discrepancy is there. And then I went to look at some other cars in Portland and Vancouver, and those were like, ones I looked at were cash only, or I have to do my own outside financing, and I'm having trouble getting a car loan because of my banking situation is so convoluted and complicated that I can't, apply for a loan, because Credit Karma, for all the good things that they do, that's why I ended up getting my money transferred onto this, to them, direct deposited onto them. For all the good things they do, the bad thing is it's not technically a bank, and they claim that they're using MVB Bank out of West Virginia for their online banking, but when I call MVB Bank, my account doesn't exist, and I can't log in to MVB Bank with my account number and my routing number to do anything. So I can't verify my bank account, so I can't apply for any loans. So it's very very complicated. And then the Credit Karma, I attempted to call Credit Karma, and I could not understand the guy he was obviously not from this country. And he spent like 5 minutes verifying who I was, even though I told him, my date of birth, social security, all that shit that they ask all the time. I told him that correctly. He was stuck on some email, because I have 2 different email addresses. Apparently, I've logged in to my Credit Karma account with both of them, or something. I don't know. It's irrelevant. I confirmed that they were both my email addresses, and he was just not having it. He hung up on me, and I attempted to call back, and I was on call waiting for like 20 minutes, and I just said, F this, I'll try again another day. So yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I just need my brother to sell me the car. He was gonna sell me for $500, so I can give him $500. I can give him $500 tomorrow for this car, even if it's a shitty little Honda Civic that 10,000 other people in Portland drive. It works. It's cheap. I trust, my brother and my dad to not give me a shitty car, because they're both car people. They both work on cars for a living. I trust the car that comes from them. Plus, it's a win-win for both of us. I need a car. My brother needs to get rid of some cars. My brother needs some money. I was trying to help him out, but he said he has no urgency to fix the thing that needs fixed on the car, and get me the car. So, I'm just tired of waiting, but I guess I don't really have a choice. But anyways, let's get to what you are watching for. And yeah, so 10 waiver wire editions. The repeats that I'm gonna say again are Jayshawn Tate and Herbert Jones, because I don't understand why they're so readily available. Jayshawn Tate, I picked up Jayshawn Tate in like the second week of the season in my Yahoo league, and he's been outstanding. And my team is like killing everybody, dominating that league. And Jayshawn Tate is part of it, part of the reason why. And then Herbert Jones is providing you outstanding all-around value, especially in defensive stats like blocks and steals. There's a stat for fantasy geeks called stocks. It's combined blocks and steals. They're very valuable because they're stats that are the hardest to accumulate. And Herbert Jones is massively accumulating stocks. So he, just for that alone, especially if you're in a categories league, Herbert Jones needs to be on your roster. Even in points leagues, he's still useful. But in categories leagues, he should be 100% owned. Other players, the guards. Let's get to the guards. Chris Duarte's on the list again because he's been playing terrific for the Pacers all year. And now that Malcolm Brogdon is out for an extended period of time, he's going to continue to have the opportunities and the volume to be productive. Next, a couple of Clippers. Amir Kofi makes the list again. And Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard has really come on lately. And with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard both out for who knows how long, both of those guys should continue to be the alphas in that offensive attack. And lastly, Duncan Robinson of the Heat. He's his last 3 games have been really, really good. And we know that Duncan Robinson, when he gets the opportunities, he doesn't always get the opportunities in Miami, but he is getting them right now. He's a hot hand to ride. He's one of the best shooters in the league. Sorry. I said I'm feeling a lot better today, but I still got a little bit of a cough, so I apologize for that. So for the forwards and centers, Kevin Love has been really great this year. He stayed healthy. I'm really happy for him. I still hope that he gets the hell out of Cleveland, but because I'm a big Kevin Love fan. He's from here in Portland. He's the same age as me. He's a guy I grew up. I didn't grow up with Kevin Love, but I grew up as a high school sports journalist. I grew up in the shadow of Kevin Love, I guess. He was someone I followed throughout my, amateur high school journalism career. So I feel like I grew up with Kevin Love. Him and Kyle Singler were big news back in the day as two 5-star basketball players coming out of Oregon at the same time. Neither one of them stayed at home. Went to Oregon or Oregon State, and that was a big bummer at the time. But, you know, Kyle Singler went to Duke, which ended up being a huge career mistake for him, as it always is for Duke players. So he didn't really do anything in the pros. Kevin Love went to UCLA, and the rest is history. Now he's potentially a future Hall of Famer. But with Lauri Markkanen out for at least the next 2 weeks, Kevin Love is going to be someone that should be rostered in 100% of leagues in that time. LaMarcus Aldridge, the ageless one, the guy who, you know, was a trendsetter at his position, and now he's just a normal, everyday 7-foot big man. Is still producing in limited minutes. He's definitely happy that he came back. I'm happy that he's going to, you know, be able to retire on his own terms. I'm not saying that he's going to retire in this year. I don't think he will. But if he does, at least he was able to come back and go out the way that he, you know, really wanted to. But yeah, still productive, and he can provide you minutes at center and power forward. And then we got Goga Bitadze of the Pacers with Domantas Sabonis out for the time being. The Pacers are kind of in tank mode, so they're not in any hurry to bring Malcolm Brogdon or Domantas Sabonis back. Goga Bitadze is a yeah, I repeated myself there. That was not a glitch. Sometimes I do that. I don't know why. Goga Bitadze is a must-own player, as he's been productive throughout his career. He's been productive when given the opportunity. He just doesn't get a lot of opportunities because Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis are in front of him. But chances are one of those guys is going to get traded. Maybe both of those guys are going to get traded, perhaps even before the season ends. But if not, definitely it's offseason. So Goga Bitadze, moving forward, could be very valuable. So if you're in Dynasty and Goga Bitadze just so happens to be available, you should pick him up. But in redraft, he's also ownable. And then lastly, for the forwards, Jeff Green, another old guy who just doesn't really seem to get old. He's been outstanding player for the Nuggets this year with the absence of Michael Porter and Jamal Murray. We'll see if he can keep that up when Jamal Murray comes back. I don't see why he wouldn't, because Jamal Murray's doesn't play the same position as him. So there's no reason that he shouldn't be able to continue to be productive in Denver for at least the rest of this year. We don't know if Michael Porter Jr. will ever play again. I would guess not, because, I mean, he's had back problems for a while now, and, you know, your back just doesn't really ever get better, and especially when it's nerve damage. It's, you know, I think, sad to say, I think his career is probably over, because the older he gets, it's just going to get worse. It's not ever going to get better, no matter how much money you have to invest in your back or how many surgeries. There's just nothing. Surgery just doesn't seem to help the back, really. It's only a temporary fix before, because Michael Porter, he's already had multiple back surgeries, and it's only, you know, it's only helped him so much. He continues to re-injure himself in the back, so it's just, it's over. I think it's over for him. But Jeff Green isn't going to play forever, and nobody really saw this coming for Jeff Green this year, but he's definitely a wave to ride here. Probably he's been good all season. No reason he won't continue to be good for the rest of the season. So if you need some forward help, Jeff Green is a great piece to pick up. I just picked him up this morning in my money league because I need a temporary replacement for Rudy Gobert. So, because I think Jeff Green also has center eligibility, if I remember correctly. So I can use them in both positions. So, all right, I'm gonna end this now, and I'm gonna go check. My laundry should be done. I should be able to move it into the dryer now, and I don't know if I'm gonna stay awake and wait for it to dry. I think I'm just gonna deal with that in the morning. And yeah, peace, love, and nacho fries. Hang loose. Good luck. Best wishes. Good night.